Hey, what's going on, weavers? Tim here again. Thank you so much for joining me, and it is most definitely great to have you here. So in this video, we will be learning how to make a bracelet that nearly melted my mind when I first saw it, and even more so when I tried to make it. This is the Vortex Paracord Bracelet, and this was authored by Cord. You can check him out on Instagram. This is an absolutely amazing pattern, and to be honest, I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. This pattern was even a winner for the Knot Games 2020 that took place on Instagram. Anyhow, I love the look of this one. It's a bit tricky to get going, but once you do, it's well worth the effort. That being said, let's get into it. In terms of materials, I've got my microcord and some 550 for the core strands. You can definitely play around with the colors on this one. I decided to do 4 gray strands, 2 green and 1 red. To get this one started, I'm going to start by tying a diamond knot with my core strands. Making a counterclockwise loop with the right strand and laying it over the left. Bring the left side around the right and go under the section under the loop. After forming the carex bend, bring the right side strand counterclockwise past the base strand and go through the middle. With the left, go counterclockwise past the base strand and go through the middle. Gather both strands and tighten the diamond knot. With that done, I'm going to get my core onto a jig and tension it up. I'm going to attach my microcords to the core by simply tying an overhand knot. That same knot you use for when you tie your shoes. I'm going to do this for all 7 strands, starting with the 4 gray, then 1 green, 1 red, and then the final green. So just anchor all 7 cords and push them up to the top, leaving a 1/2 inch loop up top for the knot and loop clasp. Pull these tight so that they don't move around. To start tying this pattern, I'm going to start with the 2 cords up top. The left cord is going to come down over the cords on the left, and the right side cord is going to come down under the cords on the right. From there, I'm going to tie my first Cobra knot, and I'm going to take the left side cord over the core and to the other side. Then the right side cord goes over the left, behind the core, and out the crook on the left. Then I'm going to tie the exact same Cobra knot with the left going over the core. You're always going to be tying left side Cobra knots for this pattern. And I like to place the left strand resting up top to keep it out of the way. Next, you're going to repeat the same process. Bring down the next set of strands. Left side over and right side under, and then tie your 2 left-sided Cobra knots. The key here is where the next set of strands sits. You want the left vertical strand to sit on the left side of the preceding strand, and the right vertical strand to sit on the left side of the preceding strand. And I hope that makes sense. Once you get that concept down, this bracelet is incredibly easy. So you're going to continue this pattern going down your core strands. A couple things you're also going to notice as you get further down is that the first Cobra knot when you start a new set may be a bit tricky to lock down due to the pattern twisting. So when you tighten the first knot, go with the twist and stack those Cobra knots as close as you can to the preceding one. Just remember that it's always going to be left-sided Cobra knots only, with 2 knots per set of cords. Another tip I will give you is that the knots will start twisting down the core as you go, and to make it easier, you can flip the bracelet over on your jig to make it easier to work with. So just continue your pattern going down the bracelet. So I just wanted to give you guys a closer angle of tying these Cobra knots to see the process of stacking the left-sided Cobra knots one after the other. Once again, you want to keep the left side vertical strands to the left of the preceding set of strands, and the right side vertical strands to the left of the preceding strands, so both sides on the left as they twist. The Cobra knots are basically twisting around each other as they go down the bracelet core. Once you've finished the first set of 7 cords, you're just going to repeat the process as you go down and reach your specified length. When starting this second set of Cobra knots, the first cord will be a bit tricky to get sitting right. As you're tightening the Cobra knot, you want to move it over to the right as much as possible. The first set might have a slight gap between the first and second sets of Cobra knots, but this will diminish as you tie the bracelet. So I've come down to the bottom of my bracelet. I was running out of space, so I tied a single snake knot at the bottom to catch the nail of the jig instead of using the diamond knot to hold it on. And now that we're done, I'm going to remove the bracelet from the jig. To finish it off, there's nothing special to do. Just snip and singe the micro cords where they are and press down on them with the knotter's tool. As a last optional detail, I'm going to add a microcord tab at the end of my diamond knot. And with about a foot of my red microcord, I'm going to tie some regular Cobra knots for about 1/2 inch. Once that's done, we'll just snip and singe the remaining excess cords and we'll be just about finished. And there we have it, the Vortex Paracord Bracelet. This bracelet is actually a bit on the stiffer side and wears more like a cuff or bangle, but that's quite alright with me. I think this pattern is absolutely amazing, and my hat's off to Demen's Cord for creating a truly unique paracord bracelet. I hope you'll all try this one out. That being said, a huge thank you to all my Patreon supporters. If you want access to exclusive tutorials as well as our Discord server, feel free to check out my Patreon page, link in the video cards as well as down below. You can join for as little as $3 a month. You can also support this channel by liking the video and commenting. Also, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out what I have to offer on the rest of my channel.